Hi there, we are Lisa and Chris. Please join us aboard our main ship 390, Cool Beans, as we cruise America's Great Loop. Good morning.
Good morning.
Where did we just leave and where are we headed?
We just left Schenectady, New York, and I'm not sure where we're headed. We're going to spend the night on the wall at one of the locks.
Yeah?
We've been through 7, and we're going to go through 5 to 7 more today.
That's right. So we'll be in like mid-state New York somewhere, some small town, right? All right, and how was Schenectady?
It was great.
It was.
Nice place to stay, very protected.
We were there for like 6 days.
5 or 6 days.
It felt good to get a rest. But now we're back on it. We're back on the locks. We got 5 to 7 today. Okay, bye. When I said the Hudson River took my breath away, I hadn't yet been on the Erie Canal. Every lock we did brought a view like this at the top. So serene and peaceful. Coming up to the lock so far has looked like this, a dam to one side and a lock on the other. As we get closer to the lock, you can see up ahead the current from the dam moving the water. It's so powerful. We have seen so many interesting things on the Erie Canal part of our journey. This fisherman's kayak has a split in the back, like a fishtail. And the bridges are so low, you have to be able to clear 20 feet to go this route. The lockmaster at Lock 10 took our picture and sent it to us. It was really nice. We have never seen what we look like going into a lock. This was a really cute town park that offers a free wall for transient boaters. We needed to keep moving, but this would have been a great place to tie up for the night. You can see here, someone took them up on their offer. We love seeing all the farmland along the way, and these barns were so cool to see from the water. We finally reached our destination, and there was just enough room for us to fit on this wall in St. Johnsonville. There were 4 other loopers there already, and several we had met before. We walked into town with 2 couples and had dinner and saw this fire hydrant with what appears to be an antenna secured to it. Does anyone know why they do that? Travel day 63. We went 42 nautical miles from Schenectady, New York to St. Johnsonville, New York. Up bright and early to keep moving along the Erie Canal, we headed out to conquer more locks. After Lock 16, we spotted more guard gates ahead, and since we had been through a few but I hadn't mentioned it, I thought I'd do a little research on them. These gates help to isolate sections of the canal in case of emergency, such as a break in the canal wall, accident, or extreme high water. They are also used when a section of the canal needs to be drained for maintenance or winter freeze protection. Their clearance seems right at 20 feet, a little stressful going under them. Do you remember when we were in the Chesapeake playing Dodge Pot with all the crab pots? Well, on the Erie Canal, we are playing Dodge Log. There were so many floating logs. You have to keep your eyes on the water at all times. And speaking of eyes, Chris has an eye for wildlife and spotted this bald eagle in the trees. I was able to get a video of him, so regal and majestic. It's always breathtaking to see one. We got behind a looper friend, Act 3 on the Erie, and we were behind them in this lock. Look how slimy and gross these lock walls are. This was a big one. We went up 40 feet, and outside of this lock was another cute little town. In the next lock, we caught up with a cute little canal cruiser filled with elementary students, presumably celebrating their last week of school. They were so excited to be in a boat in a lock. We must have waved to them 1,000 times. Once out, we went a few miles before it was time to wave goodbye to them. Coming out of the next lock, we came across a fairly shallow area, and we saw a workboat up ahead. We have seen several along the way on the Erie. Some are dredging operations, and this one just looked to be a workboat assisting with building some sort of a pier. We saw so many ducks and geese with their babies. It was so awesome. Coming out of this lock, there were cool stone cliffs and an adorable walking path bridge. We arrived at the Rome Town Free Dock. The newer dock was full, so we tied up to the wall, which was just perfect for us. It worked fine. A few other looper friends tied up right behind us. Travel day 64. We went 38 nautical miles from St. Johnsonville, New York to Rome, New York. Good morning.
Good morning.
Where are we and where are we headed?
We just came through Lock 22 and waiting on this dredging operation to move a little bit so we can get to Oneida Lake.
That's right. We are headed to Brewerton, right?
Yes.
And we just went down in 2 locks and we've been going up. So that makes me think the lake is lower than the canal, obviously. Learning a lot. What kind of day is it?
Beautiful day. Had a short delay. Our friends on Soulmate broke a fan belt this morning, but they got it repaired, and we still made the first lock, and they're right behind us in the second lock.
That's right. Thank goodness, easy repair. All right. See you up the way. Here is a dredging operation that we passed. The state of New York seems to try to keep the depth at about an 8-foot minimum, which is what the dredging is assisting with. It's scooping up the sediment from the bottom of the waterways and removing it. And now we are done with locks for a while, so we are headed up the waterway to Oneida Lake. But the speed limit here is 5 miles an hour for this portion, and the lead boat apparently is a rule follower. So here we all are, going slow. On the eastern mouth of Oneida Lake is a town called Sylvan Beach. It looks like such a cute community. They also offer a free wall, and this is where we caught up with our friends on Panacea. See them right there? This town looks like so much fun. It has an amusement park, restaurants. What more could you want? Oneida Lake is the largest lake entirely within the New York state with a surface area of 80 square miles, or about 50,000 acres. The average depth is about 22 feet. We traveled from east to west, which was about 20 nautical miles, and it took almost 3 hours. At the other end of the lake is Brewerton, our destination. It is a cute boating community also. A few more funny boat names. Travel day 65. We went 30 nautical miles from Rome, New York to Brewerton, New York. What is your tip of the week?
This week we went through 20-something locks, and we realized the fenders we had, they just weren't cutting it, they weren't big enough, especially on the bow of the boat. We ordered these 15-inch ball fenders to protect the front of the boat and the locks. Highly recommend you order a few of these for your boat if you're going to be going through a lot of the locks.
Agreed. Can't wait to use them. Today's interesting boat information is going to be a statistics day. We are essentially halfway through our loop, so we thought it was a good time to share with you some interesting information. To begin with, we have traveled 2,706 nautical miles, or 3,114 statute miles on Cool Beans. We have been on the move for 122 days, and we have had 65 actual travel days. We have anchored out 6 times, stayed at free docks and walls 7 times, and at marinas 52 times. We have been to 13 states so far and gone under 272 bridges. That is a lot. We have seen 39 lighthouses and gone through a whopping 36 locks. We have gone under 7 guard gates. On the fuel side, I kid you not, we have bought 999 gallons of diesel at an average price of $3.82 a gallon. This makes Chris so happy. He was hoping not to have to pay over $4 a gallon. Some fun stats. We have had groceries delivered to us 14 times, and we have lost 3 fenders. We have broken 1 iPhone and bruised arms, legs, toes, and ribs. For Cool Beans, we have had to buy 3 new batteries, repair the bilge pump float and generator belt, and we have done 2 oil changes underway. We have seen so much neat wildlife while traveling, namely eagles, alligators, dolphins, manatees, osprey, hawks, ducks, geese, deer, and even a baby bear. We have bought 7 souvenir t-shirts. We've had 1 big disagreement, met hundreds of new looper friends, and the best statistic of all, we have had more fun than we can possibly imagine. This has been a trip of a lifetime.
Welcome back aboard Cool Beans. This week we started in Schenectady, New York. Had a great time there. Left Schenectady to St. Johnsonsville. Is that correct?
Yes.
Had dinner
Cute
with
little town.
Yeah, it's a great little town. Had dinner with some other loopers at a believe it or not a convenience store, and it had fantastic sandwiches. We left St. Johnsonsville went to Rome, New York. There was a free wall there. We tied up for the night. There was probably 4 or 5 boats there. Left St. Johnsonsville and
Rome.
Or Rome, I mean.
Yep.
And now we're in Brewerton, New York.
Yeah.
We
Crossed Lake Oneida.
Crossed Lake Oneida, beautiful lake. We went through, I'm not sure how many locks, maybe 20 this week.
21, I think.
21 or so, and
18, 30, I don't know.
Traveled 110 miles. And we're in Brewerton, getting ready to head back to Texas for a little while to see our friends and family. Looking forward to that.
Yep. That's it. That's all we got. Short week. Not a lot of traveling, but a lot of locks. It was a lot of hard work. Locks are not bad. Locks are fairly easy for us. We've gotten our rhythm down, but it was just a lot of them. Like every few miles was a lock.
A lot of locks.
Yeah. But we had a good week and excited to go see everybody. And guess that's it. We'll have content, so don't worry. We'll have content every Wednesday. Next week, tour of Cool Beans.
Keep the comments coming.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody.
See y'all next week.